wide again. An absolute aggro one last time. Jeez Louise. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for watching Hello Good Game. Today we're playing a deck submitted by one of our Discord members, Pika. If you're interested in submitting a budget deck of your own, make sure to join our Discord. Just post it there and we're going to rip it apart and try to make it the best possible deck that it can be. So today we're playing Budget Mono Blue, and Pika has done 7 wins in the standard constructed event, which is absolutely awesome. So a great way to double your gold. And he's only using 1 mythic in Brazen Borrower and 4 rares in Dungeon Geists. Now, not normally a rare I would suggest buying with your wild cards because it's not really used in top meta decks, but if you can farm gold with it, it may be worthwhile, right? And then I'm sure you have a few of them organically as well. Let's break down the deck though. We have 4 Faerie Miscreants, 4 Spectral Sailors, 1 Unsummon, 4 Hypnotic Spirits. This has Mesmeric Glare on it for 3. Counter target spell with converted mana cost 3 or less. This is really great. Arrester's Admonition. Return target creature to its owner's hand, and then it has Addendum, so if you're casting it during your main phase, you're going to get to draw a card. Brazen Borrower. Petty Theft attached to this as an instant. Return target non-land permanent to its opponent's hand or its controller's hand. Cloudkin Seer. It's going to draw us a card ×4. Warden of the Evil Isles ×4. Makes our flyers a little bit less to cast. Winged Worlds costs less to cast if we control a flyer, which obviously we're going to. And then it's going to let us draw 2 cards. The banner is buffing up all our flyers because they're all mono blue. So they're all going to get +1/+0. And then this also acts as a ramp. And then Dungeon Geists. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Dungeon Geists. So you can really lock out some of your opponent's bigger creatures this way. You're balancing some of the other ones. You're going wide with flyers and you bash your opponent. It's as easy as that, you guys. So feel free to use this deck in the constructed standard event if you're needing to farm gold. Obviously, I don't recommend burning yourself out on that event. But if you've got the time and you're already done your weekly quest or your daily quest, get in there, try it out. Just make sure you're taking a really good deck in there with you so you're not losing your gold and you're gaining your gold, right? So with that all being said, thanks for watching, really appreciate it. Make sure to check out our gem giveaway playlist if you're new to the channel, and then also subscribe to our Twitch. We're live every morning, 6 a.m. EST to around 9, 8, depending on our schedule that day. So we'd love to see you there, and we'd love to have you part of the community. Make sure to join the Discord as well. And we will see you all tomorrow. All right, let's see how we do with our first match of the day. This deck does come to us from one of our Discord members, Pika, who was able to get 7 wins in the standard event with it. So if anybody is looking for a budget deck to use to farm gold, look no further. We have it for you today. A little heavy on land. I think we're going to mulligan this. Yes, it leads into the Dungeon Geists, and we have the 2 light flyers early on. But we could use more of a hand like this, right? We're going to toss an Unsummon, keeping all of our creatures and just trying to aggro our opponent out. I accidentally mulliganed our beautiful 6 away into a mediocre 5. So that's on me. Our first misclick of the game, and we've not even started the match yet. Have no fear, Spectral Sailor is here. Alright, Growth Chamber Guardian. Let's just get that draw in. Sure. All attacks, that's all we're gonna do, is race our opponent down. We're going to play the long con here, doing that flying damage, which makes our Cloudkin Seer a little bit cheaper. Questing Beasts. That's pretty disgusting, let's be honest. No blocks, doing 8 damage. It's kind of just left at that. Let's pop that. We get to draw a card because it was in our main phase due to the addendum. And then another flyer. We're unable to block this Questing Beast, and he's got us in 2 turns. So we're going to need an Unsummon, some sort of shenanigans there. Brutal. Questing Beast just eating us alive. Nothing we can do. Let's see if we get an Unsummon. Dungeon Geists will do it. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Locking down his beast there. And again, we are all over with damage. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 next turn. We're falling a little bit short. And we are down to 4, so we're going to need to save some blockers here. Interesting. So he's got Scries on tap. Goes to the bottom at least. And he doesn't attack with his Stray, which is interesting. Let's continue to go wide. We're going to keep the counter up because we know he's going to play some sort of shenanigans. And we need 1, 2, 3 blockers, right? 1, 2, 3. So we'll get a couple attacks, and we're saving an extra blocker just in case. End our turn there. And we have lethal next turn. So even with an aggressive mulligan, we still were able to pull through, which is amazing. Not something that generally happens a lot. We'll go to blockers here. He can adapt, that's fine. We still have lethal. So he just spent most of his mana. Let's hold on. If he doesn't cast his other Incubation Druid, we can go ahead and draw with our Spectral Sailor instead, sinking our mana one way or the other. There it is. Let's counter that. Even though the game's already over. And let's play our flyers just to show our superiority and aggro our opponent out. Jesus! Hey, welcome back. We're going to try a second match here with these flyers. That first one worked out way better than we had expected. And we pull our single mythic of the game in our opening hand. Amazing. We have to keep it. We're going to ramp into our Warden of Evos Isle. It's quite the name, if I'm being honest. Birdman. They freak me out. Bruh Bob sees his hand mulligan down to 6. Alright, we got our Spectral Sailor. It's got flash, but who cares? We're excited. Let's get started. Alright. We may as well cast this second with flash. Let's start being responsible. Right, now we're holding up that counterspell, right? Could be Quench, who knows? We'll pretend we still have a Quench and allow his growth spiral through. Right? We don't care if he ramps, that's fine. We'll play another Sailor on top of it, why not? right? And now it's kind of the same situation, but let's just go in big. We don't really need our flyers. Cost less. What we need is to draw cards, I think. So I think as a cool addition, you could maybe add a draw engine to this. I know we have Cloudkin Seer, we have Winged Worlds, but the more draw, the better. Always, I love draw. Good morning for everybody just tuning in. We're just recording a little bit of YouTube footage. That's why we have no music on, etc. We should be done shortly, and then we'll get into some unique content for you guys that you'll only see here live on Twitch every morning at 6 a.m. PST. He bounced us, which hurts our feelings a little bit, but at the same time, not overly, right? Let's go ahead and just force the draw here. No attacks. So he's proliferating when he's already got a token on him, which I find strange. He shouldn't be able to do that on top of each other. So we're just going to play our banner here. That's always best. Picking blue, which is great. And, well, by all shucks, let's just stack, and we're going to save our Brazen Borrower for when we're fully widened. Hopefully he doesn't play more creatures here. Well, it could be worse. Really? He's got double frogs? I almost thought he had triple frogs. So I actually lost in my Mythic Invitation to this single card here, this Transmutation. It's disgusting. Just lock down anything for 2. Really quite gross. Yeah, we're gonna attack here. We have 6 mana. The Guild Mage we're not really worried about. Right? That's a poor trade on his behalf. But I see his point. He needs the blockers. We have counter for 3, so we can hold that up while still playing our Warden. We can end our turn here and counter basically whatever our opponent plays, as long as it's 3 or less. He has no play, so that's game because we have our Brazen Borrower handy, and we aggro one last time. Jeez Louise. Okay, so 2 complete blowout matches here. This budget deck is better than most of my mythic decks, I think, you guys. Jesus. So pretty good land spread, and we've got a little bit of interruption via counter and bounce with Hypnotic Spirit and Arrester's Admonition. Pardon my pronunciation. Feel free to correct me as well in the comments. Believe it or not, I do appreciate being corrected so I don't sound like an idiot every single time I say it, because we could nip that in the butt real quickly. Okay, we're gonna go in just with the draw. That's fine. We've got the flyer, so we may as well use it. Down to 19 already. Look at that, eh? Oh, watch out. 2 incubation druids. What is this guy looking to get up to? That scares me at a certain point. Play our banner. Pick blue. And then that opens up our Sailor for us. We may as well just cast it with Flash, though. Let's be responsible. I was thinking about bouncing an Incubation Druid, but I'd rather save that till we're wider. This is probably why I should have bounced it. I was thinking this I could hit. So he's making the land, sure. We can unsummon and bash. That works somehow? Not really. It's going to take a couple turns. No blocks, let's take it. Playing our Sailor on top. Got the land, we've got a counter. This is gonna be weird, but we're bouncing his land, drawing a card. Drawing another card here. It's going to take us a couple turns to get this Nissa off the field, which sucks, but it's still doable. Because he's going to play a land, put the land out. Probably play a huge Krasis, which scares the heck out of me. So then we're going to be forced to either lock down the Krasis or bounce it like we would have the land, right? So we still have an out here. It's going to be okay. Here we see the big Hydroid Krasis, which is mostly nice because it's going to gain him so much. So instead of bouncing it, let's just go ahead and lock it down. Dungeon Geists for the win. And then we are still killing Nissa. And we can leave. No, we don't have enough mana for our counter. So we may as well just go ahead and use our draw. That's fine. So Nissa's dealt with. He's still got a lot of mana via Incubation Druid and a full hand from his Hydroid Krasis. We have another Dungeon Geist if he's feeling the need to play a second one. Voracious Hydra is going to get our Dungeon Geist. Oh my god. Isn't that less than ideal? Unfortunately, we can't play our creatures with Flash, so we're going to have to lock it out again. Does he have another Voracious Hydra is the problem. Let's go wider and try to assemble maybe a little bit closer to lethal. Or what if we bounced it and then countered it? We could do that next turn. I say we continue to lock it down, build field presence. Right? Just not allowing it to untap. Forcing him to deal with our Dungeon Geist over and over. Oh man, I wish I would have held up that counter. Shoot. That's okay. We can still bounce it and counter. Because we have 7, we only need 6 to do that. Taking a little bit of damage, which is okay. So we're bouncing this Krasis. Opens us up to 5. So we could play our Winged Worlds. We're just so close on damage. Let's hold the phone. Try to counter. He's going to want to play that Krasis again. You just know it, right? That's the only way to make it through. If he plays a Voracious Hydra, we can counter that as well. With the Hypnotic Spirit's Mesmeric Glare, which is proving to be a very rewarding spell. Our opponent trying to solve this somehow. We can't counter Nissa, so that's interesting. This is not going to make enough for him to do anything else. And he needs blockers. This is interesting. So he can adapt that. So he's actually got us. That's our bad. We've overextended again. Nissa kind of saves the day here. We don't have anything to play. We could pull an Unsummon. No dice, and he gets us again with Exacties. Oh my goodness, we've been punished twice for overextending. It is what it is. I guess that was in yesterday's deck that we got punished for overextending, not today. But it's bound to happen until we learn our lesson. So make sure you are getting that damage in proportionate to your turn. So keep those blockers to save yourself, because you never know what your opponent's going to drop and how he's going to sequence those spells. That was absolutely groovy. How he attacked with the Incubation Druid as a 0/2 and then used his mana with Vigilance as they were already attacking, tapped them to buff his Incubation Druid, which is just an absolute master play. This opponent was using elite hacks for sure. With that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's footage. It was a really good deck submitted by one of our Discord members, Pika. So if you're interested in submitting your budget deck for the channel, just join the Discord, post it, we'll try to edit it, share your results, and we will share it with the community very happily. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, check out our gem giveaway playlist, and we will see you all tomorrow, 6 a.m. PST on Twitch. Peace.